Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in. Before we dive deep, remember to like this video, hit the subscribe button, and turn on the bell so you don't miss any updates. Let's get right into the story. So here's the gist. Simon Ekpa has been convicted in Finland. This is a major development, and it sends ripples through IPOB, through the Nnamdi Kanu saga, and through the broader Biafra struggle. What does it mean, and where do things go from here? I want us to walk through this carefully, because it's layered. I'll also try to connect the dots to help you see the stakes. First off, what happened in Finland? A Finnish court, the Päijät-Häme District Court, has sentenced Simon Ekpa to 6 years in prison. The charges against him include terrorism, public incitement to commit crimes with terrorist intent, aggravated tax fraud, and violations of the Lawyers Act, that is to say, practicing legal services without proper license. The court said Ekpa pushed for the independence of the separatist region in Nigeria through illegal means and equipped groups with weapons, explosives, and ammunition via his network. He was also found guilty of encouraging his followers via social media, especially X, formerly Twitter, to commit crimes in Nigeria. Importantly, the conviction is not final yet. It can be appealed to a higher court in Finland. He denied many of the allegations during the trial, especially those coming from Nigerian sources, questioning their credibility. Now, how is Nigeria's government reacting? The federal government has welcomed the judgment. They called it a major victory in the collective fight against terrorism. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, in a statement said that the verdict brings justice to many Nigerians affected by the violent acts encouraged by Ekpa. The Attorney General of the Federation has hinted that Nigeria may seek his repatriation, bringing him back to Nigeria once Finland wraps up its legal process. So, from the government's side, there's both satisfaction and a forward-looking plan about extradition or repatriation. Let's talk about IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, and the internal politics. IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, has publicly distanced itself from Simon Ekpa. IPOB insists he never held any position in the organization and that the attempts to tie him into IPOB are government propaganda. In fact, IPOB says Ekpa set up his own contraptions: Biafra government in exile, Biafra Liberation Army, etc., which IPOB claims contradicts IPOB's original vision. IPOB has also argued that the government may use Ekpa's conviction to influence the ongoing trial of Nnamdi Kanu. They see this as possibly part of a narrative shift or a strategy to weaken Kanu's position. For context, Nnamdi Kanu is still in custody in Nigeria, and his trial is going on. He is widely considered the foundational figure of the IPOB movement. The question now, will Ekpa's conviction strengthen the government's case or weaken it, or shift public perceptions, implications, and what this means for the struggle for Biafra? Credibility blow to radical activism abroad. Ekpa's conviction is a signal that even from abroad, if you're involved in actions that countries define as terrorism, you can be held accountable. This may make others involved in diaspora activism more cautious. It might reduce the freedom with which some activists abroad operate, especially if foreign governments start to monitor more strictly. Narrative shift in Nigeria. The government will likely use this as proof that the agitation in the southeast is not purely peaceful political activism, that there has been violent or criminal dimension. For many ordinary people, this could reduce sympathy for the more extreme elements of the movement. Effect on Kanu's trial. If Ekpa is held up in public discourse as someone convicted of terrorism while claiming to be part of IPOB, that could influence how judges, jurors, or the public see the entire IPOB movement and its leaders. IPOB is pushing back, trying to preserve Kanu's moral and legal standing by emphasizing the separation from Ekpa and accusing the government of misrepresentation, internal fractures, and legitimacy. IPOB distancing itself suggests a fracture. Those who were sympathetic to Ekpa's methods may now be more cautious or disillusioned. The movement must now contend with its reputation, internal coherence, and how to maintain momentum without taint. Legal and diplomatic relations. Finland's legal action demonstrates international cooperation on matters of terrorism and cross-border activism. Nigeria may now press Finland for extradition, or at least mutual legal assistance. There is a test. Will Finland turn him over, or will it insist on finishing its process first, which seems likely, given the conviction was done there. Now, I want you to think with me. Is this a turning point, or an incremental development? I lean toward it being a turning point for at least these reasons. It's a legal precedent. A foreign court has recognized actions tied to Nigeria's separatist movements as criminal and acted on them. It weakens the narrative that the Biafra agitation is purely brand new political resistance. It gives the state moral high ground. It forces movements, activists, and leaders to re-evaluate tactics. But it's not final. As I said, Ekpa can appeal. IPOB is still a potent organization. The grievances in the southeast are real and deep. The underlying issues are not solved by convicting one man. To you watching, what to watch out for next? Will Ekpa appeal that 6-year sentence in Finland? What grounds will he use? Will Finland extradite him to Nigeria, or will they keep jurisdiction? How will IPOB under Kanu reposition itself? Will they purge associations with violent actors or double down? Will the government use this victory to impose stricter laws or crackdowns in the southeast? Will public opinion shift in the southeast and other parts of Nigeria? Will people be more critical of separatist agitation? So, wrapping up, Simon Ekpa's conviction in Finland is a heavy blow to his personal agenda and a potential blow to the more extreme fringes of Biafran separatism. But it's not the end of the fight for IPOB, for Kanu, for those who feel marginalized in the southeast, and for Nigeria's unity. The story is far from over. Once more, don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you haven't yet, and share it so more people can hear what's going on. If you want me to continue or dig deeper into any piece, Ekpa's appeal, the Kanu trial, or what this means for the southeast, just say the word,